So I'm going to talk today a little bit about using question banks within Canvas. And and I think this is an awesome tool because, well, for a couple reasons. So one thing is that I noticed that when I was offering my course, I would provide assignments and I would provide homework and lectures and handouts. But when it came time to actually performing a multiple choice quiz or an exam specifically, the students kind of freaked out because they weren't used to seeing that format of questions. So even if it's the same content, if you arrange it a little differently, it can kind of scramble their brains, especially with test anxiety. So one thing that I've implemented is using, well, I'm trying to get to the point where I can develop mastery quizzes. So this would be an example of having students be able to go in and every two chapters per se, go in and do a quiz on the material so they can become comfortable with multiple choice style questions or other styles of questions, but exam style questions. And then and they can get the practice of that. And so with a mastery quiz, you can take that quiz as many times as you want up until the deadline. Now, I'm in the process of building my banks, which is what I'm going to be talking about. So I'm not quite to the point of having mastery quizzes. And so instead of having a mastery quiz, what I do currently is I allow 3 attempts per quiz. And I have definitely seen an improvement in the student's ability to maneuver throughout the quiz questions. They get more comfort on it, and then they also are learning how to answer them in the way that is being asked of them for assessment. So, with that being said, another great thing about these question banks is that if you can also use them to help with academic integrity for distance assessment. So with my exams, because it's traditionally an online course, we have them proctored. I'm not quite as concerned about that, although it's something to always keep in mind. However, for example, in the middle of a pandemic, if you have all of your quizzes now online and maybe you're using the ProctorU service that is an auto-generated, it is another way to kind of help build a little bit of additional safeguards for academic integrity.